I'm going to go over the Meta Ads account structure for this brand. This is a brand that's part of a larger company that owns multiple brands of a CPG space. It's mostly retail. About 80% of the business is retail. However, this is for the e-commerce unit, specifically D2C. They have Amazon as well, which is a good chunk of the business, but this is that account just for D2C. And so there's multiple brands under this umbrella that this company has. This is the ad account for just one of the brands. There is co-branded stuff in here as well. So the time period right now is going into Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So I'm going to take you through the account structure and some of the things that I like to set up for brands. And I think this applies even if you're spending only $100 a day or if you're spending $10,000 a day. I think you can find some stuff in here that'll help. They're spending about 4K a day right now. You'll see it's a little under 3K yesterday for Meta. We run Google as well. So about 4K a day, roughly 120K a month is probably where we'll come in for this month. Obviously pacing up more towards the end of month for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So let's just get into it. We have 4 campaigns here. This first one is new products that just launched. So that one has been a priority recently. This other one is another product that launched about a month ago that did really well. This third campaign right here is the main focus of the video. This is the Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaign. So with this brand, we start to pace into Black Friday, Cyber Monday, really November 1st, like when the month starts. A lot of brands nowadays are advertising earlier every year. I think the first ad I saw for Black Friday, Cyber Monday this year was in October. Everyone's getting in market super early. So this is the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale running right now. As it gets closer to the main event, the sales really juice up. It's about 30% off site wide, but the deals get even better as we get closer to the event. This fourth campaign is the main evergreen offer. This one's been running for a long time, seen a lot of success with it, but this is going to be the main one for this video. So we'll break it down. We'll look at last 7 days and you can see the budgets on each one. If we go to ad sets, you'll see the breakdown of budgets. This is the main one right now, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. As you can see, it's getting the lion's share of the budget. We still keep evergreen on. I just pace them down a good bit because we want to focus on this campaign as we have those deals out in market. So this is getting most of the spend. If we looked at the last 7 days, you'll see that the CPAs are the most favorable for this campaign, right? The average is $42. Generally, our average is about $50 is our CAC. So anything well below that is a good sign. So 35 is well in line with what we want. And then if we go over, some other stuff we look at are new customer ratio. This is super important because in order to grow your business, you need new customers. A big focus with this brand, especially on this ad set here, is subscriptions. So this is running to a purely subscription offer, which is really the main part of the business is running to subscriptions. So we're always looking at new customer ratio. You want to make sure that's in a good spot. It's down a little bit right now because we have a lot of returning customers coming back during this heavy promo period. Generally, we run at about 60-40, 60% new customers. This is to be expected during this period. So I'm always looking at that. And then if you go over here, just some other metrics as well. AOV is looking really good during this period. You always want to see AOV boosted up quite a bit during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, $48, $50, with really the high being about, I think, $55 this year. Right now, during this period, over the last 7 days, it's at $68. So just below 70, which is really good to see. And you can see by each campaign, which has different products, which ones are carrying the highest AOV. So that's something we keep in mind as well. One thing you'll notice with this brand is that the ROAS is below 2 for all of these. The reason behind that is it's subscription based. We know that our LTV is like $300 something. So as long as we're acquiring a customer for $50 and LTV is $300, that's a 6-to-1 LTV to CAC ratio, which is something that everyone should be looking at. Is even if you're not profitable on the front end, if you know the LTV of your customer, how much can you acquire them for and still be profitable on the back end? So that's something that is always important to look at. And that means we don't need a super high ROAS because most of these are subscription offers. If we compare, we'll just get into some more of this. So CPAs are down 29% in the last 7 days. Really good to see. Purchases are up by 79%. The main stuff is making sure that the key metrics are trending in the right direction. During Black Friday, Cyber Monday, things get more expensive. There's more advertisers in market. People are pouring more budget into their campaigns. But as long as you see, your CAC remain at a decent level, you see those new customer cohorts trending in the right direction, then you're in a good spot. So then if we go to this Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaign, you'll see we have a ton of different creative in here with Advantage Plus, which is what we run most of our campaigns in. If you go to spent by campaign, you'll see that a couple creatives really eat up most of the spend. And sometimes you'll see a creative that is a higher CPA. The account average right now is $35, but this creative right here has a $49 CPA. So naturally you would say, okay, I'm going to turn this off because it's well above the account average. However, that's important to look at the new customer ratio. This is a 68% new customer ratio, significantly higher than the 49% average. In that case, I might keep this on longer because even though it's a higher CAC, I know it's driving more customers. More new customers are always going to be more expensive than existing customers. You'll see it's off right here because this was the first wave of our promos this month. Pretty much every other week we have new promos. This promo is done. That's why it's off, but I kept it on a little longer because of that. Back on creative, if you're using Advantage Plus, understand that it's going to be lopsided the way it spends your budget, and that's okay. The algorithm is getting smarter than ever. I trust it. It's worked for us. You can still do ABO, interest targeting, whatever you want to do in terms of your setup, but this has been working really well for us. That's the gist of it. I'm not going to go into detail. It's pretty simple, but this is the account structure we're using for this brand that's spending about $120K a month, broad targeting, a lot of creative, and just making sure we're staying on top of our metrics. If I could give any sort of advice, it would be to focus on creative. Creative output is king. You need a lot of creative, especially if your batch creative doesn't work. You need to quickly put new creative in the market, and volume scales. At the end of the day, it's a volume game. So just make sure that you're coming with enough creative, especially for, if you're planning on increasing budget a good bit and ramping up, you want to have enough creative to support that. So this is what our structure looks like, and I'll record another update once Black Friday, Cyber Monday is actually over.